The moment Portia got out of her seat, I'm from Detroit, honey. I know when it's about to go down. So when I saw Portia get up, David, my instinct said, she's about to fight her. So I'm running, because again, I'm behind the camera. So I'm running as fast as I can, not thinking about like we're shooting the show, not thinking about Andy Cohen's on stage. I didn't think about any of that. My instinct was, stop this before it becomes big. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough pep in my step. So I was 2 seconds late, because by the time I was able to grab Portia, her hand already lashed onto Kenya's hair. And then we all fall together, right? Because I didn't want that to happen. Because yes, you do follow the reality. I'm going to be very honest. For me, I never wanted to see these African-American women physically harm each other. I always said to them in nausea, fight with your words, not with your face. We throw shade, we don't throw drinks. Like, that's going to be the parameters in which I think we all should work on this show. So I was always known as the guy, David, to prevent fights from happening. Season 8, when Portia and Cynthia had that moment on the boat, I'm the guy that ran in to grab Portia before she kicked Cynthia in her face. I'm that guy. So I do think for me, that's when it's too far.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, we all know you left RHOA. You went on to start Kingdom Reign Entertainment, work on all other shows. I know you've said many times that, you have your own company now. You have your own podcast, which we're going to talk about. So obviously there's another production company. So you wouldn't go back to RHOA with another production company there because you're not going to take a step back. However, considering, you are the best, I would like to say.
Thank you.
Things are, listen, anything could change in the world. So if there was a way that this production company, which is in place, no shade to them, we could have a buyout clause somehow that they could be removed. They can make lots of money. And Bravo could say, RHOA needs a revamp and we are bringing in Kingdom Reign Entertainment and Carlos King, and it's your company now. So you can't say that it's another company. It's your company. Would you go in with your company, Kingdom Reign Entertainment, and work on RHOA again?
I would do it in a heartbeat. And you're such a lawyer, David. Buyouts and everything. I love you. Yes. So
do you know that I am a lawyer in real life? I just don't practice law.
No, I listen to your podcast and you talk about it. I'm a fan, so I know you. So please, no. I would do it in a heartbeat. And to me, I'm just going to be very honest with you because it's you. Not that I will lie to anybody else, but you ask good questions. So I would do it in a heartbeat because what a great success story that would be. Do you know what I mean? I'm flattered that people associate me with the success of that franchise. And they felt my presence was missing when I left. They felt that the show wasn't the same. And listen, I'm flattered to hear that. I would do it in a heartbeat because I love that franchise so much. And I know the potential of how to make that show fantastic and iconic. And one more thing too is I know how to produce those women. There's a certain language, there's a certain trust that those women have with me. And no matter how hard it may be to give so much to the show, because it can be exhausting. Like, you're a private person, I'm a private person. I couldn't imagine exposing my entire life to the world for judgment. So I never took that for granted, the struggles in which I had to have with these women. Like, you have to be real because you signed on the dotted line. And I don't think it's fair that you're using the show to pump your products. I think go on Instagram to do that, So I would do it in a heartbeat because I know how much that show means to the world. I know that Atlanta Housewives for over 10 years was the #1 franchise. And I would love to see it get back to its glory.
And if you were to go under this scenario, I mean, what do you think now of some recent decisions? So like Cynthia's gone and Portia's gone. I guess we'll start there. Like, how do you feel about that?
Listen, I will always be a fan of the OGs. You know, I would recast. I will bring back some familiar faces. Because I feel like their stories aren't done yet. I would 100% bring back Portia. I would bring back Nene, which means I would have to get rid of 2 people. But I like the glory days. I must admit, I think that show is at its best when it's a history of friendship, because that's when you get the real conflict, the real funny elements to the show. Because we like the drama, but the Housewives franchise, to me, and I think you'll agree to this too, David, we like the fun too. Like when they're having fun and you see real friendships, that to me is when the franchise is at its best. So then when the drama happens, you're hooked onto it because you're like, no, not you two. You two are friends. What's happening here? Not when it's some new girl who's coming in and she's trying to have a moment. It's sort of like, girl, pay your dues. Like you're coming on too strong, Noella. So I want to make sure that the OGs and some familiar faces get back to finishing their story.
Do you think, in reference to Noella, do you think people can be cast nowadays? I mean, Salt Lake has been accused of this. You know, I mean, Noella, I think is a great example. I mean, do you think we can find people that can come in and say, I'm here? Or is it like, holy shit, I can be famous and my life could change overnight now?
It's hard. I got to be honest with you. Again, on other reality shows, yes. We have to admit, the Housewives is a different beast. It is the reality shows of all reality shows. I personally believe it's hard to find, well, let me say this. It's hard in Atlanta because 2 things, and this is from personal experience. The women in Atlanta, the real rich ones who have a unique friendship with the ladies, they don't want to be a part of that show. They're like, nope, it's not my brand. I don't want to fight anybody. Unfortunately, that's what they think about Atlanta. I think the franchise who does it right is Beverly Hills.